Hello guys, welcome back to my channel and to my new video. Today I'm gonna show to you a quick tip how to fix your aim in Warzone and get it right, and trust me, in just a few minutes it will get significantly better. You will tighten it up and you will hit more shots and win more gunfights in Warzone. But first let's go through my recommended settings for console players. As you can see, I'm using button layout preset custom. That way I can change my buttons accordingly, what I think that is more usable in Warzone. For example, I put my jump to be on L1 and my slide to be on R1. And the main reason for that is that I don't want my R3 button to be messing with my aim, and I don't want to take out my thumbs from my sticks. That way you will have more fluid movement with jumping and sliding, and of course more precise aim. Yeah, you will need to sacrifice moving those to little tactical buttons to R3 and X, but that is something that you will get used to, and overall, trust me, you will get more fluid movement and more precise aiming with this setup. And now let's talk about sensitivity. As you can see, I'm using 2.2 both on the horizontal and vertical stick sensitivity. And you need to figure out this for yourself. Every player has different sensitivity. And I will show you later how to figure out your sensitivity and get it tighter and better. And as you can see, all other settings here on off, especially controller vibration. You don't need something to shake your hand while aiming in Warzone, of course. And now let's talk about dead zone inputs. As you can see there, you can test your stick dead zone. If you put it on and move your left and right stick, you will get some values of how much of stick drift you have. And you simply put those values on your left stick minimum and right stick minimum, and that way you neutralize your stick drift. If your stick drift is too high, I recommend you to buy a new controller and not mess with that controller anymore. But this is the most important setting here, left stick max. I recommend you to put it around 60%, because that way you will need way less physical input on your left stick to get to that maximum value of moving in Warzone. And that way you will get to the point of activation of rotational aim assist way faster, and of course you will get more rotational aim assist, and you will have more precise shooting. And for right stick max, of course, 100. That way you will get more precise aiming on your right stick. And for L2 and R2 trigger buttons, I recommend 0 for the minimum input, so you can immediately start aiming and shooting when pressing them. Target aim assist, of course, on, and then jump to advanced aim settings. Aim response curve type, of course, on dynamic. That is the most efficient one, especially in Warzone. You can try linear. I tried it before. It's good. Linear, it's more responsive, but it's way harder to get used to. Yeah, dynamic is the most efficient one. And that leads us to custom sensitivity per zoom. I like to use it. I find it very, very useful. Many other players don't use it. They use the same sensitivity per every zoom, but I like to separate my sensitivity depending on which zoom I use. So you can see I put my for low zoom on the 70, and then gradually more and more sensitivity multiplier to the higher zooms. For the movement settings, I recommend you to turn off those mental crouch, corner slice assists, because that way you will have more control of your character and don't have some sluggish mistakes. And for the slide dive behavior, of course hybrid, because you can slide and dive. If you press slide button once, you will slide. If you press slide button together with your run activation button, you will dive. And of course sprint restore on, slide maintains sprint on. Parachute automatic behavior off, so you can control that parachute manually and land closer to the ground and more quickly. Mental cancels reload on. Then for the combat settings, I recommend you to stay on the default settings mostly, but for that melee weapon activation, I recommend you to use hold melee, because weapon cycle is just way too slow and way too complicated. For body shield finishing move behavior, prioritize finishing move. Armor plate apply all, C4 detonation activation one by one, so you don't need to wait for that second C4 to be activated. Equipment hold and manual fire press. And for combat behavior settings, mostly of them on default. Interact reload on prioritize, so you can quickly open boxes and interact with world. Then akimbo behavior on paired, so you can shoot both guns with pressing just fire button. That is good. And depleted ammo switch on. And now probably most important setting, sprint assist. Tactical sprint assist sideways on, sprint assist backward on. And of course sprint assist delay 0, so you get to that sprint immediately. And now let's jump to the graphics section. Nothing much there. 120 Hz refresh rate on, high dynamic range HDR on for that clearer and better picture, and of course 120 Hz refresh rate for a better refresh rate, as simply as that. Weapon motion blur off, depth of field off, fidelity cast on 100, and this on-demand texture streaming minimal. And for field of view I use 113. That is the number that many of other players use too. Many professionals use this field of view, and of course many others use maxed out FOV of 120, but I feel this particular setting of 113 is wide enough, and you still see better on longer distances. ADS field of view affected, so when you ADS, it uses your actual field of view that you set up and not separately. And for the weapon field of view wide, so your weapon looks smaller and you see more of the screen. For the other settings, mostly on default, and for inverted flashbang I put it on, so it shows the black screen instead of that blurry screen that I just don't like. And finally, audio settings, nothing much here. I would leave most of them on default. Just audio mix, I would recommend Sucker Punch, as I think it's the best one and has that tightest dynamic range, and you can hear footsteps better. For interface, most of them on default. Telemetry I like to be shown on my upper left side of the screen. Server latency, packet loss, and clock. For readability, most of them on default. Color customization, enemies I like to put in this color so I can see them better on the mini map. That is the thing of preference. color filter, I like it on filter 2, color filter target bot, and both color intensity on 100 and interface color intensity also on 100. For gameplay HUD, minimap on square, so you can see more of the minimap rotation on, crosshair center dot. I recommend you to try center dot because I think you will see the more of the enemy, and I think it's better for centering than the normal crosshair. And for crosshair color, I choose bright green so I can see it better and focus more on that centering. And now let's jump to firing range, and let me show you that trick that I promised to show you, how to get better in aiming and get your aim more tight and more precise, and win more gunfights. So basically what you're gonna do in your firing range is to try to move between the objects in the firing range by ADSing. That way you will see is your aiming multiplier sensitivity good or not. This whiteboard is also good. See these dots on this whiteboard. Try move between them and not over aim or under aim. If you are over aiming or under aiming, it means that something is wrong about your sensitivity multiplier. And here you don't have aim assist, and that's why this method is even more powerful. So imagine if you have aim assist, how precise then you will become. And yeah, try to move between those dots. Imagine the next dot that you wanna move and try to quickly move to that dot and shoot. And you will see if you over aim, you need to lower your sensitivity. If you under aim, you need to up your sensitivity. And now let's go to the sensitivity settings, and I will try to explain how to do that. So go to the custom sensitivity per zoom and go to ADS sensitivity multiplier for low zoom, that is without the scope. For example, I just put it much higher. So let's see the difference. Now when it's much higher, I'm not so precise. When I imagine the next dot and try to move there, I over aim. You see? This is the problem for the majority of the players. Eventually you will get one or two right, but the consistency is not there, like it was when I had my sensitivity set. So if I try to quickly go for from one dot to another, I am over aiming because I set my sensitivity much higher that I'm used to, and that is good for my thumbs. And yeah, also try it on the other objects on the firing range, and you will see. And now let's jump back into the settings, into aiming advanced settings, and into the custom sensitivity per zoom settings, and let's lower it to the value of 70 that I already found. It is my sensitivity multiplier for ADS, and yeah, you can see immediate improvement. I am hitting my object that I imagined to go to next. And yeah, guys, you need to do this for yourself also, and you can do it as I earlier said, by coming in here and trying to move between those objects that you imagine to go to next, and you need to do it quickly. If you are over aiming, go back to the sensitivity and lower that sense. If you are under aiming, go back to the sensitivity and up that sense. and you do it every time by 5 or 10, and eventually by testing and going back to tweaking it, you will find that sweet spot, and you will improve your aim significantly. And trust me, you're gonna love it when you feel it. You're gonna love it, and you will be grateful to me for showing you this tip if you already didn't know about it, of course. So yeah guys, if you like this video, if you find it any informative and useful, drop that like, subscribe if you're not. Have a nice day and see ya in the next videos.